If there's one thing that I can influence you to do, it's not to try a perfume or to buy a new perfume, but actually, what I want to encourage you to do is to journal stuff. So, document everything. And not just your thoughts and feelings or your gratitude, although that should definitely be part of it, but also the cool stuff that you're finding, the cool things that you're discovering or that you're consuming. It can be books, it can be music, it can be perfumes, because that is what I do. And your journaling doesn't have to be pen to paper. You don't actually need a pencil to write stuff down. It can be captions, it can be notes on base notes as you record your scent of the day. It can be little TikToks, little videos. It can be voice notes to your mom. Really, anything that kind of lets you analyze the stuff that you are discovering. Why is it cool? Why is it important to you? What makes it good? What makes it bad? What happens after you consume a lot of this stuff and you document a lot of this stuff is that you become a little bit more critical. You're not mindlessly consuming that thing anymore, and you begin to see that the stuff that's good really stands out and the stuff that's not so good also really stands out. And that's kind of fun too. And by the way, just because you document that something's good doesn't mean that you'll have to own it. It doesn't mean that you have to go out and buy the thing. If you're looking at fashion and you find fashion that's really cool, write down what you're liking and what's so cool about it, or what's so great about it, what's important about it. It doesn't have to be something that you are then going to go out and get. I bring that up because my scent of the day today is Ambre Narguilé by Hermes. I remember when I was first testing out this perfume, because I kept notes about what was going on when I was testing it. And I remember that I was testing it out during Christmas, and I would put it on every time I was gonna go watch a Christmas movie with my family. So wearing this perfume reminds me of that time. And this is an apple cinnamon perfume. The cinnamon note in here is quite potent. So because of that, it smells very, very Christmassy. To my nose, it's very apple cinnamon, but some people don't get the apple facet in here. I do smell something that's very tart and fruit-like, and to my nose, that is apple, but it might also be the honey note that's listed. The honey here is not animalic and it's not sticky or cloying. I normally don't like honey because it is always animalic and it has like a dry stickiness to it, but I'm not getting that in Ambre Narguilé. What I am getting is a tart kind of sweetness that pairs really nicely with the cinnamon. It makes me think of apple cinnamon, cozy kitchen kind of vibes. Ambre Narguilé came out in 2004, the same year that Facebook was launched, and the perfumer behind it is Jean-Claude Ellena. At the time, and probably still even now, I think it would have been unusual for Hermes to come out with a gourmand perfume. And yes, this is a very gourmand perfume because it really does smell like apple pie. But they did it. They gave a gourmand for the masses, and because it's Jean-Claude Ellena, what's characteristic about his style is that he has a watercolor-like touch with his materials. So there's a lightness that comes through in Ambre Narguilé. Instead of it being heavy and cloying and sticky and overly pastry-like, this is just effusive and inviting. It's that tartness that keeps it from being overly sweet. Now that I'm a little bit further along in my perfume journey, I can appreciate that there's labdanum in the dry down of this perfume, because it ends up sticking to your skin and smelling almost jammy. That jam-like note goes really well with whatever that apple pie accord is, and pairs nicely with the cinnamon that's throughout this perfume. This is a very inviting, but cozy and friendly type of scent, which makes it work really well for December and for the holidays. I know that one of the things that people talk about when they talk about Ambre Narguilé is the price. It is an Hermes, so it's a little bit more on the expensive side, but in this day and age, I kind of think that the price is irrelevant because the price of all the perfumes has gone up. There's a lot of niche perfumes that are doing the same sort of cinnamon apple accord, and they are sometimes more expensive than Ambre Narguilé. So don't think about the price. I think just go smell it and see if it does anything for you. Try it on your skin and see if you can appreciate that labdanum coming through, because it really is the part of this fragrance that makes it last the whole entire day. It lasts way longer than something this light and fresh kind of should. Enjoy smelling like apple pie, like cinnamon apple over the holidays, because it will go well with whatever is happening in your kitchen, and you will probably get compliments on it the way that I do, because it smells Christmassy and celebratory in its own way. Now, I know nargile is an ode to shisha, and I'm really not getting any of the tobacco leaf or tobacco-like qualities from this perfume. It really makes me think of something else altogether, and I think that's okay. This is one of my favorite Christmas perfumes, and that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Bye.